Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. So I have my apple cider vinegar bottle out instead of my crystal ball, so I will be scrying in that. Feel free to scry with me. And we're doing it this way because I just needed a change of pace, so I'm out in this room for right now, and we'll return there for the next one. But I just wanted to do one, 3. It's an even round number, so I just wanted to do my third video out here. We're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna dive right into this. Taking a step aside, and allowing spirit to pass through me. Opening up to receive information. Okay. I almost feel like reggae, like at your leisure, like somebody like going on vacation or something. Someone needs to go on vacation. Let's see. So this is kind of weird. So check this out. Check out these two cards. They've got the different versions of something, and then here it's like this little portal. There are still the different versions, but it's like this little portal energy. There's a tunnel. Ooh. Okay. Someone here, oh, look, who's giving this message? I need to know who's giving this message. Yeah, okay, so I'm being drawn to this one again. So this, I'm feeling geometric, so that's my symbol that I'm tapping into something a little bit more angelic. So for some of you, you have an angelic guide, so that's who this collective is. There's a collective here that has an angelic guide, and this guide is trying to express something to somebody about shifting. This is shifting. I know that a lot of people use the term timelines. What I want to call it is shifting energy. It's the same thing, right? And this is about some place that someone is trying to get to here, and right now it seems very far away. We have that here. We see this light, and so this is almost like that, that this angelic being surrounding you, permeating your reality, trying to communicate with you through the 3D or through the external, right? Not just as the singular point, like a person, like we would think, but really surrounding you, trying to speak and communicate through random everyday occurrences, through synchronicities, through things in your reality that are lining up with your words. It's important to pay attention, to pay a little bit more attention, to be a little bit more present, because there are messages coming through right now. What I'm seeing is that we have some place that we're trying to get, wherever that is, right? Whether it's an actual place, or it's a position at our work, or it's an idea of what we want our life to look like, and it looks very far away right now. We may be feeling like we're kind of in the shadow valley, right? Dealing with some emotions, quite possibly, that are very heavy, or dealing with some life situations that are very heavy. If you notice this valley, it feels very hemmed in. There's no way in, there's no way out. We may feel that way about our lives, but there seems to be something here that is our idealized life, or a idealized goal that we want to get to. Now, as I'm looking in there, I'm seeing this sort of it almost gives me the feeling that it's like this portal that's opening up, right? It's a reality that we are aligning to because it's part of our desire. It's something that is possible for you simply because you desire it. And this is a message that's coming through from someone's angelic guide about allowing yourself to liberate yourself from the idea that you can't have this life, or you can't have this thing, right? And that's easier said than done, because those types of things usually go back to our beliefs. But this angelic guide is coming through to say that your life and your path is about to navigate you through a process that's going to serve to alchemize you, meaning you're going to basically have those parts of you taken away, the parts of you that are not able to let go of a particular story or an old narrative. Life is going to life you. In other words, you're going to have some situations and experiences that happen. Some are pleasant, some are unpleasant, that will serve to work this energy out of you so that you can slowly, through a progression, ascend into whatever this idealized reality for yourself is. Now, I see that being shown here. I almost see that the emphasis is going to be placed on that inner child shadow complex, our vulnerability, our ability to be very vulnerable with others, our ability to feel safe, our ability to feel comfortable, our ability to feel like we belong wherever we go. I'm seeing that as many different people down here. These are all the different beliefs that we're holding. And as we go along, as this sort of guiding light of this being is leading us along our path, the different experiences that we're having are going to help us shed those layers so that we become lighter and lighter and lighter. And as we reach this higher vibration of lightness, right? So we're not bogged down by the density of those beliefs. What we'll find is that we start to slowly climb to meet this portal, or this portal slowly reaches down and then swallows us at some point, and then we have the most amazing life. It's this energy of being aligned to something very slowly so that we can actually come into it. Interesting, very beautiful. Okay. I'm seeing something about all the colors. And this is why. There's this massive leap that happens in someone's rainbow here too. Yeah, all the colors. Okay, yeah, so I got it. Like, hold on, I got it. Okay, so if you notice, all of this underneath this rainbow is quite dark, and then above it, it starts to lighten up a little bit, and then we see like that point. There's this huge shift that takes place when someone reaches a point inside of their lives where they realize that even the things they don't like about themselves are spaces that deserve to be loved. Right? Once we can love those spaces, it's much easier to change the things that we don't like about ourselves because we've accepted them. The things that we resist persist inside of our life. So someone here, you may be struggling with something, you may be struggling with an aspect of yourself, and this struggle with the self, or this denial of that aspect of yourself, or the rejection of it, or this war feeling, or this I'm going to get rid of this at all costs feeling, while commendable, right? Because we are desiring to be a better person. Don't forget that that's a space that's part of you. It takes all colors to form that rainbow, right? The rainbow isn't just the 3 favorite colors that a person has. And so that's what this is saying to me, is like looking at ourselves in our totality and being able to love the whole being. There's something that happens when we are able to do that. Right now, we may not even be there. We may be in a place where we're just learning how to do self-love work, right? We may just be learning how to go in and work on ourselves, and that's okay. But just remember that when you're able to finally accept yourself in its totality, this is where something massively shifts. This does feel like something that's in the future for most people. Now, what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing this card. This is very interesting because this is almost what I was seeing and feeling as I was feeling this angelic sort of being. I think some of you may even resonate more with like an interdimensional being than an angelic being, but I think some people it may be presenting a little bit more angelic in nature. Remember, energy doesn't necessarily have a form, so it's our interpretation. And what's happening here is that there's this sort of, it's almost got like a pulse to me. It's like a new heartbeat. And so there's it's like a rhythm. Okay, and it's like a rhythm that's calling us in. So that rhythm is setting the pace for the path that we're walking. Interesting. So some of you, as this sort of portal energy is reaching down from this possible reality, trying to pull you in, you may be noticing that things are picking up. Your synchronicities are picking up. Life itself is picking up. You may be noticing that the odd occurrences taking place inside of your life are picking up. For some of you, they've slowed down. But there's something about the appearance of time and the appearance of the synchronicities and the spooky action, the spiritual spooky action, has changed pace for whoever this message is for. Now, geometrics and mandalas may be very important for somebody at this time. Really understanding what a mandala represents on a deep subconscious level, how this is essentially like the way that imagery and visuals are coded into reality. Okay, I'm being told to not go there too far. So whoever this is for, I think you're going to understand what I'm saying by that. All right, we have this card here. Some of you, this reality that you've been trying to call down to yourself is very close. It's very close. It's so close that you can almost feel it, right? I'm seeing this energy kind of coming down from this other planet onto this planet. And this is something that you can feel emotionally before you feel it any other way. So I feel like, you feeling it emotionally, in other words, rather than like seeing evidence of it out in your reality. For some of you, you may be noticing hints of it out in your reality and then getting this feeling, like a wave of feeling from those things, like, hey, pay attention, this is about to happen. There's something here though. What is that? What is that? Oh. There's some of you inside of this collective. You have recently opened up a great deal of space inside of your life, or you've recently lost something out of your life that is now creating, it's almost like it's being brought to me like this docking port, right? This planet will fit perfectly inside of this bay, but it's because there's no ships there, right? There's nothing else there. So someone here, you've created space for this thing to now come in, whatever it is, whatever this beautiful life that you envision for yourself is, whatever it is. Here I have, whatever it is. Why do I keep saying that? Whatever it is. It is. Oh goodness, that was a whole thing. There's some of you who, because you have already gotten rid of this thing, whatever it is, or the things out of your life to create this space, or you've lost something, this is already in your life. You just may not be aware of it yet, right? It's like it, and that, okay, and so that's why they're saying it's right around the corner. It's like right there. It's right there. There's just, it's not that this has to sink down anymore. It's that you have to, oh, okay, I got it. You have to rise to meet it. It's like there's one thing we have to do, or one little adjustment we have to make before the pieces come together. Okay. And this is the key, they're saying. There's something inside of our memories. There's something small here, some little memory. I almost feel that this is, for some of you, it's going to be a past life that you're aware of, where maybe, yeah, okay, they're telling me to leave that open. There's something inside of our memories, which is that last little color that needs to be put in place, or that needs to be loved, or that needs to be healed in some way. Embraced. I heard the word embraced. And once we can embrace that part of our story, there's an action that we will take, that we will now be comfortable to take, that will allow us to rise up and meet this. Again, for some of you, it's going to be this. It's going to be the action of actually expressing love to all those spaces within you that brings you to that thing. Here's what they're saying to me, right, in regards to this. It's like once we embrace all the things in their totality, we're fully formed. And as we're fully formed, meaning actualized, right? We've actualized ourselves, truly come into ourselves. That is what's necessary for us to take some sort of action. It's like we're too afraid to do it before that, or we just think that we can't before that, or it doesn't even occur to us to do it before that. Interesting. Okay. 3. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So there is some sort of action. Let's see. Obviously, this is going to be different for everybody, what it is. And here we have the success, right? The success comes from being inside and doing that search. That lantern lights the way. I like to think that this lantern later evolves into the star of liberation for this hermit. This hermit right now, his focus is on the internal. It's on the frozen spaces within himself. For some of you, this has to do with the heart space. Understanding something about the heart space, something about our memories, something about the past, right? There's something about the past here, and our patterns in the past, our involvement in the past, our own story of the past, and being able to accept that, yes, this was it, this is what I did, this is what happened to me, and I love myself through this. So interesting. Okay, and then this brings us into the actual work. This again is some sort of work there within that sacral chakra complex, because this is 8 pentacles. The second one for me is always the sacral chakra. For me, this is the root, the solar plexus, the heart, the higher heart, the throat, the third eye, and then the 7th. So he's chiseling away at it. He's trying to create it to be fully formed, right? Again, he's forming that pentacle. Pentacle is a symbol of man, being a combination of all 5 elements: aether, fire, air, water, earth. And once we are fully formed in that way, it's like we allow spirit to truly embody us, to cause us to have that divine inspiration that we see shining down here that brings us fully into it. So whoever this message is for, there's a lot of movement that's about to happen. There's a lot of movement, and the secret to this movement is something that needs aligned from the past, some sort of memory, some sort of release, some sort of healing, some sort of acceptance, some sort of processing for some people, maybe something that you haven't actually processed yet. Okay, I'm being told the 3 on the bottom, so it's okay. Okay, so it's the 8 of Wands to the Hanged Man. So this is a lot of sort of like energy. It's like it's this fast movement of energy. The interesting thing about the Hanged Man is this is not energy in our outside world. This is energy inside. The Hanged Man, he's now in the below, right? He is kind of that sun hanging on that Southern Cross, where it's the darkest point, right? For those in the Northern Hemisphere, remember Western occultism is all about, it all centers around the Northern Hemisphere. So with this card, it's about that sort of lowest point, and it's in the lowest point that we get to. It's like being dipped into a well and we come out clean, right? Almost like a baptism. This is an energy where once we reach this lowest point within us, where we can find that thing that's knocking around, and we can understand that that's what's holding our arms back, that's tying our arms back, that's when we're able to come into this energy of liberation for ourselves, to be able to allow this other energy to come through. Again, fully formed is what just keeps being said to me. So this is an activation point. Remember that this represents Odin hanging on the tree, receiving the knowledge of the runes, and the knowledge of the runes, it represents the forces of nature. This is about understanding all the forces that exist within us. Each color of that rainbow that I keep talking about metaphorically represents an aspect of ourself: rage, grief, guilt, shame, envy, love, hope, generosity, all of it. These are all things, not saying that any of them are right, any of them are wrong, right? It goes beyond that. It's expressing to yourself that how do I want to put it? That sort of limitless love, right? That love without unconditional love for yourself. So that even though you have those aspects that maybe you're not happy with or that you're not pleased with, you can still say, even if this isn't right, I love myself anyway, right? I love that aspect of me. When we do that, it's interesting how you're able to redirect those forces into very appropriate channels. So here what we have is we have the 10 of Pentacles on the very bottom. For me, the 10 of Pentacles represents the ultimate happiness, because it's having such a solid foundation that now you have a legacy that can go forward. And maybe it's because I'm a Capricorn. But what we see here is we see this man, he's grown old, right? He's grown very old. And in his old age, he's surrounded by his family and he's surrounded by his home, and he's built an empire for himself. But it's not just about like finances and all this stuff. It's his happiness. He's surrounded by people that he loves. He's surrounded by, you know, good pets and grandchildren and abundance. So whoever this message is for, this angelic guide is really trying to help you shift into the version of yourself that you imagine, but that you don't necessarily believe that you can be, right? This is about stripping away those layers of ourself where we don't believe that we can have this thing, because since we've wanted it or we've envisioned it, we've already created that version of ourselves in that reality, and it is aligned to you. And this guide seems to be trying to bring you through places within your life that will help alchemize you, right? And oftentimes these are very difficult situations. Sometimes they're not. Once we learn to love ourselves in our totality, they surprisingly become easier. And so whoever this message is for, remember that there may be something from the past, something inside of your memories of yourself, right? That may be something that needs to have some love expressed to it. This is also an interesting card to come out kind of at the end of that series of cards because, and this is the Blue Angel Oracle, by the way, I know somebody's going to ask me, mountains in the tarot represent the spiritual ascent, right? The struggle to ascend. And that's kind of what this is speaking to me about right now. It's been a struggle for somebody up until this point. It's been a very hard road, but someone here, you're reaching the summit. Just remember that having the grace for the self and expressing the self-love towards the self, sitting down and finding the places where we still feel insecure, where we still feel judged, where we still feel, XYZ, and then understanding how that does directly relate to beliefs that we have about ourselves and loving those spaces, understanding the things that we don't like about ourselves and understanding that we have the right to love those things, right? A big one is a lot of people, they're kind of at war with their bodies, right? But their bodies are part of them. Learning to love your body rather than being at war with it. Learning to love the part of you that maybe protects you, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that we don't need to work on our reactions versus our responses, but it means that we're still allowed to love that part of ourselves. So this is really learning how to get in there and give that love to ourselves, because this is a personal quest on some level, right? Especially a soul level. And you have an angelic guide that seems to be trying to help you peel off the layers to actually get there. So whoever this message is for, I hope this resonates for you. If it does, please feel free to like this video and leave me a comment. And until next time.